the Penguin and Agatha, or how we?
No, we gonna start with Penguin first. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and say what other people ain't saying. The show sucked. It was cliche. You know what I'm saying? Every possible thing that was gonna happen, I knew it was gonna happen.
We might have to send Dr. Rush over to you. We might have to send Dr. Rush over to you, cause
hey, look. You know, he was the only one that I couldn't figure out what his true motivations was. The rest of them I already knew what was gonna happen with all of them.
I'm listening to Frankie J, watching my comics. L to the P, breaking down my comics with Midnight Assassin.
That's right. That's right.
I don't know. I love
it. No marbles on this one, baby. I'm coming with the heat tonight.
Man, they did it too. They did Penguin so good. I'm impressed with both shows, but Penguin, what I loved about Penguin is you don't even have to be in the comics to love that show. The way they did it, because it seemed at some points they were setting Penguin up like to be a sympathetic character, but then you start really seeing, that's a dirtbag right there.
Straight up. Hold on. Is Penguin really a dirtbag, or is it y'all ain't been in the jungle? Because the whole time I knew Vic was gone. I knew Vic wasn't gonna make it.
Oh yeah, well yeah. We knew that.
Let me tell you another one.
The way he did it at the time he did it was so wrong.
What happened to Vic? What I missed?
What?
That missed? Vic left.
No,
he left. He left.
His soul left.
He ain't coming back.
No.
With the
you took a dirt nap.
Vic ain't make it. Oh,
the reason why I said cliche. The reason why you said cliche.
I see what you mean. No, I think I know what you're about to say.
Let me go here first. Because I always give good and I always give back. Overall, like Real Revelation just said, it's a great show. You don't have to look at the comic books and know what's going on, because guess what? There probably ain't too many comic books that follow that. And we brought Penguin from being a childhood Saturday morning cartoon to real life, age with us type of drama. I give it that. But as I always say, when Sophia had him, we want to play mind games. Now, he supposed to get blasted, and then we get another story. But again,
but that's one hell of an origin story.
Midnight Assassin missed the latest episode of The Penguin again.
Man, I thought I was caught up, man. Now y'all
you suck.
You can't be caught up if you asking what happened to Vic.
I can't believe this, man. I can't. Y'all telling me Vic gone, man.
Oh no, let me get another one.
He got gone, and I'm like, man. And I knew that was going. I knew it was what happened. Penguin ain't got no code, man. Penguin ain't got no code. That dude is straight up dirtbag.
Well, no. Again,
I was thinking when you said it was cliche with the whole, I got to get rid of any attachments. You know what I mean? Like, you saw what happened with his mom and how he got to acting because his mom was in trouble. He don't want to be in that position again, and there was only one person left that could have him in that position.
You've
that
seen it coming.
Happen in a lot of movies and shows like that.
Seen it coming. I thought Vic was gonna be done at one point when Penguin started thinking that she was loving him more than the mom was loving Vic more than the Penguin. Like they could have went that.
Oh,
they were right.
Like his brothers.
Right. It was so many ways.
One of his brothers. Yeah.
But guess what? I knew Vic was gone. Just like, let me give you another one. Let me give you one. I'm not gonna bring politics into it. I'm just gonna say it on a certain level. When you got a powerful female, how do we not know that the gangs, all the gangs would take out their number ones? All the gangs took out their bosses. All the number ones, my bad. All the number ones took out their bosses.
Like Penguin. Just like Penguin did.
But Penguin was never a number one.
No, he was a number 2. He was trying to get up to that 2 spot, but basically an underling. Like,
right.
We gotta eat. Let the oh my goodness.
Because y'all never recognized us. Y'all never seen us. Y'all never looked down as we the bottom of the barrel. Like
it's
Sophia was
message.
So Sophia, she was in the rich house, right? And she got done in by the family.
Yep.
And then she cleaned house, and because her and Penguin was on different sides,
and you gotta say because of the times we in, that might have had some influence on the way they wanted to portray that.
But look, she was drinking Hendrix gin. That's now. Did you see that? You seen that? She was drinking Hendrix gin when she was talking to the. You ain't see the last episode. Hendrix gin is coming up on the ladder right now. If you go into the liquor store, you see Hendrix gin. She had an olive and some Hendrix gin, just drinking it. Anyways.
Yeah, eating the olives then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but
who does that? No.
But on the real, like I knew in so many words, like Sophia gonna go back to jail. What I forgot about, and they wrong it. Huh?
Sophia went back to jail.
Yeah, and what I forgot about is, you ready, Midnight Assassin? Because me and Real Revelation watch. We forget who Falcone's other daughter was from the Batman movie. Who was Falcone's daughter?
From the movie?
Selena
Catwoman. Remember he was taking care of Selena Falcone?
And he killed her mother.
Oh, from the movie.
He killed her mother also. So how they wrote it was Sophia and Catwoman, Selena Kyle are half sisters.
Oh wow!
Falcone's the daddy.
So one of the questions
the strippers in the club.
One of the questions gonna be: are they gonna work together, or are they gonna be competing with each other?
Dang, Falcone out here living the life.
So let me give you another one, because it's gonna be cliche. Because this is my word. It's gonna be cliche. It's either, and this is interesting times. It's interesting times because of what's going on right now. Will it be Batman got to save the Penguin from Selena Kyle and Sophia, like to take him to jail, like because that's Batman's code. You can't kill him. We got to take him to jail. That's always been the thing with DC. We can't kill him. Got to take him to jail. But Catwoman and Sophia go try to take him out.
Take Batman?
No, Penguin.
Take Penguin out.
Right.
So him end up saving Penguin.
Right, because remember in Batman
had in the first movie. Yeah.
Right. Remember in Batman, Penguin had Catwoman pinned down when he was shooting at her when she came to steal the money from him when they was doing their little deal. And then he was firing the gun. She was pinned down. Batman came in and saved Catwoman. Remember, go back and watch the movie. So it's a lot of interesting pieces I thought they pulled together. I will say this over and over again. As far as, it's like me watching The Goodfellas, Scarface, The Godfather, Sopranos. We know what to expect. The storylines are similar, right? The acting was good.
Now I think I see Batman too. They gonna have the introduction characters, like the villains that are gonna be introduced in that movie. But the main thing, like you laid it out, the sisters gonna be at Penguin But no, like you said, knowing how Batman is, he gonna be like, nah, all y'all gotta go to jail. And I'm not gonna let y'all kill anybody when I know what's going on. So that's gonna be the main plot. But in the meantime, there's gonna be people introduced
Right.
in the movie.
Yeah.
So that the way you just said that.
He's quiet. He's quiet over there. He's like, man, I ain't catch the last episode. Damn.
I missed the whole thing, man.
Look,
Like,
and
man.
look, I knew like at certain points when I don't know if it's the first episode or maybe the fifth episode when Penguin's mom had an attitude with him about certain things. I was like, it's something happened in the past, because he's like, don't bring up them, don't bring up them. He said it. Don't bring up them. I'm here. I was like, interesting. Did they beat her up or something, or did he do something to him? And then they did that backstory. He's like, interesting. So what I will say, there's nothing about Penguin, in my opinion, to say y'all can say, oh, he's despicable. We already knew the Penguin was despicable. Just like if they did a true backstory, like the Joker. We know the Joker despicable. You know what I'm saying? But we only got one. We got an all right story with Jakeem or Joaquin, and then that second Joker sucked. We need to get a real Joker backstory. You know what I'm saying? We need to get a real Riddler backstory like they did with the Penguin, Sophia Falcone, because them some killers, and we knew they was over there. We knew they was over there the whole time. So to me, and I had the movies in my head what I was gonna say. To me, the Penguin was like watching Frank Lucas do his thing, or my man Snowfall do his thing, and then you got over here that guy who caught Frank Lucas behind the scenes. That's Batman. But we got a full story of the bad guy and what they did to rise. And it wasn't no easy rise for him.
Yeah. And you got to see clearly, this is a bad guy. Like, he might be going against other bad ones, but let's not forget.
Well, he ain't a bad guy. He got mental problems.
Like you could say attachment problems. I wouldn't say mental, because he's too smart to have mental problems. Well, of course I'm gonna say that.
Say that again. Say that again. Say that again. He's too smart. He is
exactly. It's those attachment problems. Hence why he did Vic the way he did, because he was jealous over his own brothers, you know, and was willing to let them die so he could spend more time alone with his mom, you know. And then, but when showing you the evilness in you, what really pointed it out was when the mom told him, I don't want to be a vegetable. When she was having her issues and he had to bring her back, she was like, I don't want to be a vegetable.
I forgot that. That's why she's crying. Right.
But hold on. Before we get there though, what was the last thing she said to him? You know what I'm saying? Think of the last thing she said, like, I hate you.
Right.
I always hated you. You're the devil. That's the last things he heard from his mom. So when the decision comes, what does he do? He gets that penthouse to look over the city, living like the big shots, but she's in a vegetable.
Right? And she let her
know what,
like, I'm in hell.
Yeah, she knows what's going on. She there, just she can't respond.
So
I think that's what the doctor said. She just can't respond.
Right. So overall, a lot of stuff that they had in there was good writing. It really was.
Yeah. And
I can't take nothing away from it, but I cannot give it a 9 or a 10 because it was cliche. It wasn't something. I've seen all this, and I would like to have some. What I would like, and it's some points in there that I thought was crazy. And look, I just watched the last episode. Like, I waited for the show. I waited for this show and watched the last episode. I laid there and watched the last episode. Listen, when Sophia and them caught this dude, right, and had him in the chair, right? Penguin in the chair, Mister, had him in the chair. They did what his mom fall. His mom fell because she had a stroke. He broke up out of the chair, right? Grabbed the gun, started firing at mugs, picked his mama up. His mom got to be a good 150, 160. She ain't no lightweight.
Yeah.
Like, how about went to the car, turned on that side, and shoved me in the car. The penguin, dog! The penguin! And still was dropping bullets. Ta, 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 ta. I was like, bro, this is like Monet and Power, bro. Come on now. He ain't no Batman, dog. He ain't no Batman, dog. Come on now.
But you know what? We gotta keep this in mind. What's the purpose of that show? To set up the world that Batman is in. So I think they're starting with a good job at showing us how gritty at least the street life is. Listen. You know what I mean? Or the gangsters, the mobs, at least a little peek into that. Because Penguin is one of Batman's. Now, I don't know DC as much, but Penguin is one of the best, you know what I'm saying?
Villains,
like arch enemies. You know what I'm saying? Like one of his top antagonists is Penguin. Penguin and the Joker. Well, the Joker #1, then you would have to say Penguin because he's into everything and be dealing with everybody.
Yeah, but the problem with these movies, the problem with these characters is, right, now that I'm older and they starting to write these backstories, I'm really starting to be like, because I don't know where I would be at on the side of it. I don't know if I would be the Joker in Joaquin's movie because I felt his pain. I understood what he was going through. You know what I'm saying? Some days he's shitty. Now, and with the Penguin, you know, I was poor. I understood what living in those types of neighborhoods was like. And
yeah.
I understand getting bullied, you know.
Yeah.
Who was that Black Joker? Yeah. Yeah, look, I feel for these villains. I don't know where I would be at a certain time in my life. Like in my 20s, I was Captain America. You couldn't tell me nothing. I'm on the side of the law. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I'm noble, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm loyal. But now I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, I don't know. Until Joker shot somebody on TV, then I was like, okay, he crazy. But then on the other side, the Penguin, I'm like, well, so that's the other thing. I want to bring that up too.
Yeah.
His mom, when she should have did what she was supposed to do, she went ahead and nurtured that monster. They said that in there.
Wait. What do you mean did what she was supposed to do? Her own son?
Joker.
Yeah.
Her own son.
Yeah, like they're supposed to do the Thanos, baby.
Could you do it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And he make a good point.
I'm gonna tell you why I can do it.
If I was her, I would have listened to Rex to begin with. Like, hey, use that to your advantage. She just didn't do it right.
Original Penguin was poor. The original Penguin wasn't poor. He was rich. My brother's, this Penguin is from the gutter. Correct. This Penguin's from the gutter. That's why I can side with him because I'm from the streets. I'm from the gutter, baby. But anyway,
so look, if you was the Penguin,
he got no code.
You would expect your mother.
Oh, yes.
You think that?
Yes.
You would still think. Do you think he? Okay, let me ask this. Do you think when she said that she should have had that done, back then, do you think he believed her?
I'm a gangster, baby. I believe whatever you want me to do. What I took
No,
it,
because if you're Penguin, and in that show, like when she said that to him, do you think that Penguin Oswald, you know what I mean? Do you think Oswald believed her? Because you know how he kept saying,
Black Joker
he
said,
kept
"Yo,
saying like, oh, y'all was messing with her head, y'all was messing with her head, you know, but the truth was being spoken.
well, so here's the thing. This is what makes all these shows great shows, because they explore the human psyche and they tell stories based on these different point of views. And I will tell you, a saying that will always stick with me the most is Magneto. He said, "There is no good and there is no bad. It's whoever want it the most." And
Yep.
I just thought, like, interesting.
Yeah.
And it's from a certain point that Magneto's looking at it from too. But with the Penguin, his mom, if she knew, and that's another thing. It's because of him, and
Yeah.
the military and police officers. I'm throwing police officers, and for a reason. Moms had blind loyalty, and a lot of times family will have blind loyalty, and they will protect their family members to the hilt, and they will allow monsters to exist. If
Yeah.
she knew truly in her heart that her son had did what he did, and she had the means to do it, then she should have went ahead and. But
See, man, I appreciate that. I really do. And like I said, man, I'm thankful y'all let me come on and speak, because it's nice to speak with like-minded folks, you know, folks just like myself, because my answer would have been straight up, you damn right, because I feel like I'm the only one that could, you know. Shoot.
I brought you in this world. I'm gonna take that.
It's good to hear, like, you know,
Clip.
just ask somebody like, hey, well, can you explain your answer? And they explain it like, because in the back of my head, I'm like, you damn right, I would too. But
Listen.
if you knew they was a monster, or you knew they'd be a monster, you know what I'm saying? That's why I be having my issues with the anyone with abilities that can see into the future, and there could be incidences where stuff happens. They can see something, because think you going through your everyday life, you see something happen to somebody, you don't know who they are, what's going on, but you see something bad happening, but you just go about your day just because, like, I got something better to do.
That's why this dude got a problem with Superman. Like
and Captain America.
Captain America, the whole time in DC, you knew racism was going on, and you ain't do nothing about it.
Nothing.
Hey,
that man got all this money. Anyways,
but then again,
listen.
It probably wasn't as bad back then, because think of how it was with mutants.
Oh no, it was bad back then. Listen,
no, I'm just saying, because the way they project like what happens to mutants is, you know, people can tie that into racism and stuff, or anything where hate is spewed towards a group. And the way they make it seem, and the way they've showed it, and mostly showed it, because there are those one comics, but the way they showed it was like that will bring people together. Like,
of
it
course.
was bringing human, like every race together. Like, if you're
no.
human,
I gotta.
I'm not saying
there.
all, but I'm just saying, you know.
There you go. Because
yeah. Because of course,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously not all, because like I said, there's plenty of the comics that let you know certain groups that rock with certain groups. Like in DC, it's Midnight hasn't watched them yet.
Thunderbolts.
In DC.
Oh, DC. Oh, the Marvels? No.
Or is it Frank that hasn't watched them yet? No.
Oh, Peacemaker.
Yes,
Peacemaker.
his dad.
Oh, you said midnight.
Yeah. I forgot.
Okay,
Yeah. But yeah, like his dad, of course, we know about those groups, you know,
those groups are blatant.
and
They ran.
Peacemaker and his dad.
Yeah, everybody just
So,
expected dad was who he was. That he was supposed to be doing the same thing.
but it's but yeah, because man, I'm telling you, I think is it cool to segue? Because I'm saying what they about to set up for the Mutant Saga in my mind, and what's going to lead to eventually the Young Avengers. I think the way they're going to put the Young Avengers together is going to be similar, and I think they're shooting for doing it better than the way they put the original Avengers together.
Okay, so this one I'm gonna throw in about the new Avengers. They gonna need
the Young Avengers. The Young Avengers,
the new Avengers, the Young Avengers, the new Avengers. They gonna need to come with a true writing cast, because the Young Avengers that we have in place are not gonna keep my attention. I can just tell you that right now. I'm looking at the second Hawkeye. I'm looking at Black Widow sister. She's cool if she's on the new Avengers. The Scarlet Witch's son. Those people not gonna keep my attention. Period. I would probably watch the movie and be like, I will back it because it's Marvel's like the Marvels. But other than that, they're not gonna keep my attention. Let me go here. Let me go here.
Oh man.
Let me go here. I wasn't into Captain America #1, but Captain America Winter Soldier to the heart. Black Panther, y'all know, I was like, the story's cliche, but I love the execution. Endgame and Infinity Wars, he'll tell you, heard me say it. Infinity Wars, I was mad with it. But no, I was mad with Endgame. Infinity Wars had me on the edge of my seat the whole time.
Yeah.
And the only reason why Endgame made me kind of mad is because I was following Comic Explains, and he said he's like, when writers write characters or supervillains so powerful that there's no way that the superheroes can win, then they always have this little shortcut. We can go back in time and change stuff. He say that's the weak way out.
Oh, I see.
Right. And so that's why me and Endgame didn't really have. But other than that, I like the storyline of Captain America and the Winter Soldier, and then a couple other ones. But the new Avengers, they're gonna have to come with it. You can't. To me, the new Avengers or the Young Avengers gonna be like Titans on HBO. They
It just started off strong, man. It just got stupid.
Stupid.
I don't know. I don't know.
I understand what you're saying about Kate, because she's gonna be the next Hawkeye. We know that. Now
Kamala Khan, right?
that's gonna be like the new Captain Marvel.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't think of that earlier.
And then I didn't like how they presented Scar.
Oh yeah, they gotta work on that. But now you also got what I think one of the key is because we know Sam Wilson, Captain Sam Wilson, the new Captain America, he's not gonna hold people. Well, there ain't that many stories that have been told where you really care about Sam Wilson. But
no, you need to say
that is underwritten, underrated. Man, I'm telling you. But they got to knock him out the park, because if you're trying to push this young group, then you got to do right with Patriot.
Correct.
If he, you know what I mean, he has to be that.
We need to put
anybody could relate to and understand what he's dealing with. You know what I'm saying?
We need to put a little bit of size on Patriot and bring him forward. But I want to go back to a comment you said. It's not Falcon that's gonna hold audiences, it's gonna be Anthony Mackie. And so Harrison Ford that plays the Red Hulk? He said to Anthony Mackie, he said, "Listen, I'm here to help the audience remember your name." And I tell you again, what's that show Altered Carbon? Altered
Yeah, I
Carbon.
did like that.
He had me go watch
like
it. So, of course, because he's a brother, I went and watched episode 2. Don't get off yet.
I gotta take off. I gotta go, man. I'm sorry.
Okay, we'll be 5 more minutes. So Altered Carbon, I started with Anthony Mackie's part first because he was in season 2, and I enjoyed it. So I said, okay, let me go back and see season 1. I actually like the other guy better. And then Anthony Mackie, when he played that cyborg with my man from Snowfall. It was a movie he did. It was a good movie, but I don't know. I follow Anthony Mackie.
I know what you're talking about. It's like halfway through. That's when he finds out that he's a cyborg. So that was good.
And I follow Anthony Mackie and Adjustment Bureau and a couple other movies. He's an okay actor, but he's never been able to keep the attention like Michael B. Jordan. But would Michael B. Jordan have overshadowed Chris Evans, or maybe Terrell Howard? Would he have overshadowed Robert Downey Jr. if he became War Machine? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why they pulled him out. So,
and they would have to pay him more money. They was like, well, you're gonna cost too much money. We already paying Robert this much, so. And then I don't understand why Marvel, and now I'm talking trash about Marvel, but I don't understand why Marvel is going the route of having us do a plain Ironheart movie when it should be a War Machine and Ironheart movie. Like, what are we doing with War Machine? They were supposed to do a show called what is it called? Armor Wars. Yes, there you go. Armor Wars. And he was supposed to be in it. And I believe her show was supposed to come after that. It's like, it makes me mad because it feels like they're starting to do the damn DC thing. What messed DC up. Like when Marvel started, they imagine if they would have changed up their plans for Infinity War, if they started changing things after Thor the Dark Knight, Thor the Dark World. Right. You know what I mean? Right. Well, even with that being a flop or basically like something that people didn't like, they still kept doing what they planned to do. And on DC, on the other hand, they were supposed to come out with a Batman movie before the Justice League. But they got the reception from Man of Steel. And then, they didn't like how Man of Steel, the reception. So then that's when they was like, we're going to do the Batman versus Superman right away. Right. And again, I want to go back to Marvel because after Endgame, when they was building up to Kang, when we got Ant-Man number 3 or 5 or whatever it is, if you wanted to build Kang up, there's no way Kang was supposed to get beat. Period. That version of Kang, and then after the movie, when Kang demolished their whole universe down there, then we're supposed to find out that's the weakest version of Kang. That's one of the weakest versions of Kang. Kang is coming. But they messed up for whatever reason. Like, no, we can't have Ant-Man lose. Like, Ant-Man can lose. He's a loser. Yeah. This version of Ant-Man, he's a loser. Hank Pym, we should have got a little more comic book version of him. But this one here, it could have made sense if they made it to where it was a situation where they didn't need Hank Pym, and they didn't need Scott. You know what I mean? They didn't need Scott Lang, and they needed Hank Pym, or Hank Pym just decided to go down there himself, found a way to go down there. Like, oh, if Scott can figure it out, let me see what he did. Then he go down there and try to rescue the wife. You know what I mean? Right. Or the mom. You know what I'm saying? And they get demolished. Yeah.
Ain't sent a message back.
Hank Pym, and all people on the Avengers, Hank Pym, based on the comics, is the one that deserves it.
Right.
That you all of them would
I
look at
agree.
it and be like,
I agree.
damn, that was
So
sad for him to go, but gotta keep pushing.
right. So now we come back and we got all right, we're gonna do the next big storylines. We're gonna do Doom, and then we're gonna have Fantastic Four. Now, because we're going down, we want to bring in the Mutant Saga, and we're gonna give y'all one of the Mutant Sagas. I don't care. Just give me some good action. I don't listen. I'm one of them people right now. I be watching how people be analyzing movies. I thought the Transformers was good. I thought the Michael Bay Transformers was good. But then when I started saying
I
people
like
talking
the
about
first
them,
one. I can't lie. I like the first one.
but then I started seeing
That
people
was
talking about. I'm
hilarious
like,
and kept my attention. It
right.
is a movie I will rewatch if it happens to be on. Somebody's watching it. I'll sit down and watch it with them.
I can be turning the channels and see it, and I'm
yeah.
it's like
I get into movies and shows, but at the same time, there's movies that you can sit there and critique and be nitpick, but at the same time, the number to me, what I like, part of me likes to believe is that the purpose of the movie is to entertain us and to basically take us outside of reality. You know what I mean? It's somebody you're stepping into, like if you empathize with the characters, you're stepping out of your world and into somebody else's shoes.
Exactly.
It's a good chance, like especially with movies like say like The Penguin, there are people walking the earth like that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
exactly. Listen. So like I said, I was gonna let Midnight Assassin have it the whole time about the Penguin, because he hated on Agatha, and I'm like, it was a good show. It was. I mean, because we haven't got any good witches shows in a while, but there's a Black Witch show that's on. I can't remember the name of it. I was gonna watch it, but then it looked kind of cheesy. Like, I don't know if you watched Tyler Perry's Sisters or one of the Tyler Perry, but this witch show kind of seemed that way. So I was like, hold on, it is another witch show that's out. The girl with the
Netflix. Is it on Netflix?
Nah, witch shows. I can't remember it. In fact, I'm waiting for it to come. Mayfair Witches. Go watch that. Mayfair Witches. Yeah, Mayfair Witches is good. It start off kind of slow, but then once you get into it, it's got a family curse. It's got witches. It's got people that can touch you and see stuff. It's good. It's got superpowers in it, and supernatural stuff with witches. Mayfair Witches. But is it the first season or the second season? Anyways, that's good. And there's another show called Evil. I don't know if you watched that.
Oh,
that's good.
I've seen all of that.
Yeah, right.
Man, I grew up in the church, and I was a very literal, extremely literal kid. So, and being raised in the church,
right?
I learned about some stuff, and when I had questions, I couldn't just sit down and like not think about it. I had to find the answer. And my mom's favorite thing to say to me was look it up.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
So
exactly. And I like the superhero world in comparison to us growing up in the church, because the superhero world gives some explanation to some of this stuff, and then it has you go search for other things. Like if Thor in the Viking lore, I mean Thor in the Norse god lore. You know, you go and start looking at that, and then you got Zeus and Pantheon gods, and then that leads you over into
you got the Greek, the Roman gods,
Shazam and Black Adam. Like two sides of different gods, and then you got over here Moon Knight. And so you're like, okay, let me go ahead and you start reading the lore. You're like, dang. So I'm with
And I
you.
always say, like, imagine if you last thing, just imagine if you were seeing that stuff, and how would you write it down and describe it, and how would people take it at least 1,000 years later?
Exactly. You're correct.
But yeah,
You've been watching Neil deGrasse Tyson. But what I wanted to say is about witches,
sometimes though.
right? Witches, and then you got a mutant that witches have to spells and like Doctor Strange and sorcerers, they have to do something. Or what's your girl's Latana? She got to say her stuff backwards. Constantine, he got to use little things, this and that. No, Scarlet Witch can summon magic just by thinking about it. Like, that's powerful. She ain't gotta, and that's why I just like, well, she gonna destroy the universe because her power is unchecked. It's like, yeah, because ain't no rules with her and magic and being a mutant. She ain't no borders that she can't cross, and it's like
Exactly.
that's powerful. That's powerful. But I want to give you one more because Black Joker down here. You're correct. Papa Midnight. In that first Constantine movie, we probably, well, it's because of when it was put out. We need to go ahead and get a backstory on him and have a build up of magic stories in the DC universe. We need to go ahead and get the magic in there. We need to explore the Dr. Fate. We need the Constantine. We need the, what's that demon, not Trigon, the other Etrigon.
Yeah, the one that rhymes.
Yeah. We need Zartana. We need them to go ahead and up the other characters that are big in DC and stop just giving us Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman.
That's going to happen now with the DCU. It has to happen because with James Gunn running it. Well, look what he did. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy. You know what I'm saying? Characters not many people was really reading, not many people knew about, and he made them one of the best parts of that first phase, or you know what I mean, the Infinity Saga. So,
right,
I think he and that Creatures Commandos is coming out, and I like what they're doing with this. It's animated, but when you start seeing them on screen, like the big screen, it's going to be the same people doing their voices that are the actors playing those characters.
Right.
So it's going to just feel like, okay, you hear them exactly the same. It's what you picture. Because I'm thinking that they drew them somewhat looking like how they're going to have their character looking in the movies and shows,
right,
live action stuff. So
exactly.
Hey, that's what's up.
Etrigan, the demon. Man, and I listen. Oh, so with before we get ready to sign this thing off, so Marvel came out and they said that they're only in 2026. In 2026, they're only going to release 2 movies and 3 series. That's it. And that's gonna be that's gonna be their thing for the rest of the time. And look, I get where they're going with it at, because when you try to put out additional stuff, like walking into a comic book store, you can't do the same thing with movies, because people are gonna critique them. The masses are gonna critique them. Like to me, Moon Knight was a good series. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't walk into the store, the comic book store, and get Moon Knight. I'm gonna grab a Wolverine before I grab anything in the whole store. Wolverine got to be in the Moon Knight story on the cover, and then that's when I'm gonna grab it. Like She-Hulk, I ain't gonna go in there and grab a She-Hulk comic book. But guess what? If I see Wolverine on the front of it, then that's how I met She-Hulk. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And I was like, oh, this is a cool character. But
that's how it was with the X-Men.
Right.
If it dealt with the X-Men, I'm grabbing it.
There you go. And so that was life. And that's how I lived life for about, I don't know, 15, 16 years. I went in the comic book store looking for specifically Wolverine and any X-Men storyline. You are correct. And if I seen
Yep.
Hulk, every once in a while, if the cover was tight, it was got.
Oh yeah.
It was got. What Black Joker? Superman is going to have a lot of other comic book characters in it. Metamorpho, Mr. Terrific, and more. I would hope so. I would hope so,
Oh,
and
wow.
I would hope that they write some of the DC movies, some of the DC real movies, like they do the animated story, like Flashpoint. What's the last one they did with Constantine? Well, Constantine was the star. He was the center point, but we had Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman.
Wait,
And
are you including animated?
yeah, I want them. No. I'm saying they should
Crisis on
write.
Infinite Earths.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That trilogy, he
The
was
second,
one of the centerpieces.
right, and that's what
Or-
I'm saying. They
Yeah.
need to write it where it doesn't. It's not a Superman movie. You know what I'm saying? It is a Justice League movie, and Superman might be the one that pull us through, but they do it as a team. Like Captain America says to Iron Man, we'll do it together. We'll do it as a team. If we fall, stuff like that. But it's not centered around one team and one team. Even in Captain America, Civil War, I didn't feel like that was Captain America led. I didn't feel like it's centered around Captain America.
Yep. I felt that was more about bringing out the new characters.
And then Captain America Winter Soldier. I just felt like I didn't feel like it was a Captain America movie. I felt like it was Black Widow in there. She did a lot. I feel like Falcon did a lot. I feel like Winter Soldier did a lot. I feel like Nick Fury. I feel like what's the director, the evil dude in there, the real evil dude in there. I felt like he did a lot.
And Shield.
Yeah, Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah. Oh, I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
But Redman, something Redman.
Right, yeah. And Guardians of the Galaxy. It was Guardians of the Galaxy, but I felt like it was more to it. But instead of just saying, oh, let's just get a Superman movie, like now in this time and place, we know, because that's the problem. We're older. We know it's more out there in the world. Y'all need to go ahead and bring them in. No, you can't just give us a Superman movie.
Yeah.
When we know Batman out there, we know Wonder Woman out there. When we know, but they'll give us a Batman movie and won't nobody else come in. He's just in Gotham. and look, the masses will be happy with that. They will love that. But I'd be sitting over like, yeah, but how far is Central City from Gotham? Like how far is Metropolis from Gotham? Because why?
I think things are gonna go a little better because Gunn was there with them, like with Marvel, when people felt it's the best. You know what I mean? The best so far, that was like the Infinity Saga up to Infinity War. That everyone knows, like that was the best times. Like that's when they were putting out the best movies.
Oh,
and
listen.
Gunn was with them, so I think he might take. I'm trying to be optimistic.
Well, no, I'm with you because
it, you know
I don't want to forget about Thor Ragnarok. You know what I'm saying? Because I keep saying Captain America Winter Soldier, but to me, Thor Ragnarok, that was a solid movie because we got Hela coming in, she doing the dirt, and then we got on Sakaar, we got Hulk and Thor, they fighting, and then we got Valkyrie, we got Loki, and then we still got to go back to Asgard. And so it was to me, that was well put together. They did what they were supposed to do. And we had a plethora of superheroes in there. Anything with a single superhero now, it's not gonna blow up. And that's why I felt they went wrong with Blue Beetle. If you bring in Blue Beetle in one of the Justice League movies, and he's like good, and the audience is calling for a movie for him, and they want a backstory, give him 30-minute series or something like they did with
Yep.
Adam Eve from Invincible. Get them a little something on the side and then keep us going.
Yeah. Man.
But yeah.
If next time we might have to bring up the Agatha, because what they're doing with that, and if they could take the somewhat formula that they did with it, because I see the sneakiness they did, or maybe it's just blatant how it's like their version of the Wizard of Oz. You know? Oh man.
Right. So hey, we gotta get ready to close the show out because I need to go call my daughter here.
I got you.
So you want to close the show out so I can cut you off? No, I ain't gonna cut you off. You go ahead and close it out.
So well, thank everybody for coming through. We appreciate you. Y'all be safe out there.
All right, peace.